Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us for the KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Channing Curtis in for Laura Papetti. Well, a wild week of big upsets led to big changes in the AP Top 25 men's college basketball poll, and amid the chaos, a familiar team returned to the top. That's right, Gonzaga is now the #1 ranked team on the AP Top 25, bringing an end to Baylor University's 5-week run. The Zags had 25 first-place votes, 11 fewer than now #2 ranked Auburn. The Bulldogs have continued their role since losing to Alabama on December 4th, stretching its winning streak to 7 games with blowouts over BYU and Santa Clara last week. Now, the Zags' new ranking comes after they announced that they will play on Thursday after all. Now, they originally postponed their game against the Pacific Tigers due to COVID issues on the Pacific team. The Zags are now taking advantage of the postponement to reschedule San Francisco, who they were supposed to play back on January 6th. And good news for ticket holders for that game, you will be able to use your ticket to go to Thursday's game. Well, we have new information at this noon hour. 2 people were injured in a stabbing at a North Spokane gas station last night. Police say 2 women began arguing in front of the gas station and eventually their boyfriends got involved. One of the men then allegedly took out a knife and began swinging it around, hurting the other man and one of the women before taking off. The injured man and woman were taken to a nearby hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say that the suspect has not been caught at this time. All right, just past 12 o'clock now, taking a live look outside of downtown Spokane this afternoon, as this morning it was pretty foggy. You couldn't see hardly any of the downtown skyline earlier this morning. But meteorologist Jeremy Legou is joining us now from the Outdoor Weather Center. So Jeremy, now that the fog seems to have cleared out, the question remains, when will the next time we see snow be?
Oh, maybe later this week, but it doesn't stick. We're just way too warm. So it all depends on the timing of a storm that arrives Thursday as to what we wind up seeing here in Spokane. For now, it's this. Notice there is a little bit of sun shining on the hair up above. 35 degrees and a mix of clouds and sun taking us into the afternoon. Basically mostly cloudy with a peak of sun is kind of what we're expecting, and it's kind of what we've got. Right now, visibility looks good across much of the inland northwest, but believe it or not, out against some of those hills out to our east, I can actually see a little fog forming now that the sun's doing its thing, but don't expect that to take over. Even if we do get a ton of sunshine this afternoon, I really don't think it plays a big role in it, but what I do think we get is warmer temperatures. Notice we're already above freezing in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and down in the Palouse. You move out into central Washington, kind of struggling to get there with some of that thicker fog down on the ground, but here comes the break in some of those clouds, and as we move out and into the afternoon, it's likely we don't really get much of that moisture. That moves out. We see some sun later on this afternoon and evening. Tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon, we wind up seeing more of those scattered showers across the inland northwest, and then that clears out, and then Wednesday offers a bit of a break before we wind up getting our storm of the week, we'll call it, as we get into the day on Thursday. Even that one doesn't offer us much, but what we do get later today is some of this low-hanging cloud cover to move out. I do think we get a spectacular sunset. I still have faith in that later today. Highs near 38, and then once the sun goes down, temperatures drop overnight.
Well, it's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and all day here on KREM 2, we are honoring Dr. King's legacy. KREM 2's Nicole Hernandez is sharing how you can celebrate the holiday.
Now today is going to look a little bit different because our annual MLK Day parade is canceled because of a spike of COVID-19 cases, but there are still plenty of ways you can celebrate and remember MLK. One of those ways is by hosting a food drive. You can gather your friends and family together to host a food drive and then donate to the MLK Center. They're specifically looking for things like brown rice, whole wheat bread, and whole wheat pasta to bring and donate to the MLK Center. So they actually posted a whole list of other ways we can celebrate today as well. You could also put together winter packages to donate. Those are full of winter essentials like gloves, socks, and hats. There's also a virtual Run for Justice 5K. You can sign up for that online. Another way to celebrate, flipping on Netflix or Hulu. There's a bunch of documentaries and shows you can watch about MLK's legacy. Or head to the bookstore. You can buy a book about MLK to read yourself or to donate. The MLK Center says these donations are a huge help today, but they really need help year-round.
We're here 365 days a year. So you just don't have to get involved on MLK Day. You have several different opportunities to support the organization throughout the years and years to come.
So Frida Gandy is who you just heard. She will be speaking at Gonzaga's virtual event today. That's another event happening to celebrate and honor MLK. That is called A Dream Remembered, the Past, Present, and Future of Black Excellence. Like I mentioned, that is a virtual event that will be starting at 12:30 today. There will be a combination of different speakers and performances. In Spokane, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.
Now today, all state and national parks will be free for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so it's the perfect time for you to get out and enjoy the outdoors across the inland Northwest, and you don't even need a Discover Pass today in order to enjoy them. Now, because it is a federal holiday, some reminders as to what's open and closed today. Post offices, libraries, banks, and government offices are all closed. Most public transit is operating on either a Sunday or a holiday schedule. Garbage will be picked up as usual, and places like malls, grocery stores, and restaurants will remain open. We have a full list of closures in Spokane on our website, KREM.com. And if you want a full list of how you can honor and celebrate MLK Day, just text the letters MLK to 509-448-2000. We'll send you a link right to your phone. Now, still to come here on the news at noon, Martin Luther King Jr. Day wasn't always a federal holiday. We'll explain how the day came to be.